Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Chica, your conscious mentor, and today I will be doing the top 4 things that you need to know about this Gemini new moon on June 10th, 2021. This Gemini new moon is going to be a little bit interesting, to say the least. I know last month there was a lot of just deep energy as we entered into the lunar eclipse season, and we also entered into the space of the blood moon and the flower moons. There was a lot of releasing coming here. Now, what is to expect with the Gemini full moon? Well, I can say with Mercury retrograde being in the mix, it's definitely going to be a lot of interesting things in this video. So before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, a like and subscribe, as well as put notification bells. I do these new moon and full moon updates every single month for you beautiful souls. And we also come here on the YouTube channel to do a live healing and meditation. So don't forget to mark June 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern time to join me back here on the channel to do a live distance energy healing and to guide you through this Gemini new moon energy. And if you feel called to go deeper into some deeper work, shadow work, don't forget to join the Conscious Shadow Rebirth program. That information is down below. It is an 8-week program where we deep dive into consciousness, expansion through plant medicine, shamanic journeying, inner child, and so much more. So if you're ready to go deeper into your shadow work, this might be your calling, and you can look into the program down below. Today's subscriber of the day is Anya. Thank you so much for being part of this family. I'm so grateful for you guys. Let's get into the things you need to know about this Gemini new moon. So as we know, Geminis, if there's any Geminis here, let me know with the Gemini emoji down below. You guys have this energy where there's 2 sides of you, right? And you are so social. I kind of see you guys getting along with the Leos. I find Geminis and Leos get along well too. They're always people that either date each other or whatever, but anyways, besides the fact, Geminis tend to have those 2 energies, and I feel like it's quite interesting to see. I think the first thing you need to know about this new moon in Gemini is really holding the space that things will be postponed and detoured during this time. It is Mercury retrograde. As we know, with Mercury retrograde, the effects that will happen around this time is technology, communication, which ironically enough, Gemini is affecting one of the chakras it does affect is the throat chakra, and I'll get into that later into another point. But one thing I want to share with you is that we are seeing this kind of shift in our life of just completely surrendering. If you survived last month, which you're watching this video, you know that when you don't surrender, what happens? A lot of things, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger comes in. So it's almost like universe is causing us to completely hone into ourselves and to work with the stubbornness that the Gemini brings out of us, like the stubbornness and how are we being stubborn in our life. So I really want you to take into account, what are the things that are going to be stalled this month and how can you surrender to that? Whether that is a detour for a launch, or maybe it was a detour of a planned travel, because I know a lot of you guys are wanting to travel with the Sagittarius full moon, and there was a lot of energy of like planning and prepping where you're going to go and these new adventures you want to do to keep you going, especially as we are still at home. So this Gemini new moon is really holding us to go into the space of how this Mercury retrograde is teaching us to slow down through these detours. Now, you guys already know that I love pulling cards throughout each point because I love to see what Spirit has to share. I'm holding a space here with Spirit to see if there's any other points that they want to share here with us during this time. And there was 3 cards that just fell out because they're ready to speak. So let's see why. Okay, so we have 3 things here. So as far as having things to stall, I can see this bringing a lot of anger for you guys because the energy has been so shifting. And I know a lot of people say this, but I mean this by there's just been so much transformation. Last month, a lot of things were taken out into our life. We were forced to shift ourselves, to change, and abruptly, again, that stubbornness that comes into Sagittarius. So here, one of the things that they're reminding us to do is to breathe. I just did a breath work yesterday, and I can't stress how much we can journey and bring so much clarity in our breath. So here it's really asking us that during this Mercury retrograde, as we might not necessarily have things communicate the way that we want it to, we have to remind ourselves to come back to our breath, to come back to our essence, to come back to our being, and to breathe into all of these detours and all of this chaos and conflict that is happening. And I love this card because one thing I want to share with you guys is chaos is never a bad thing. We need to remove that from our vocabulary and from our energy. Chaos is an opportunity for us to see what we need to look over. So it's almost like universe is creating this detour during this Gemini June new moon on June 10th, 2021 to cause us to master our being. And I want to share why I wanted to call this out, because my last video was on the angel number 33. Ironically enough, the number that came out on this card is 33. And that is a master number. And what it's saying is it's almost like it's detouring things in our life and shifting things and kind of creating a little bit of, I guess you can say, a stall in order for us to understand the chaos that we were subconsciously not aware of and avoiding out of our stubbornness. So this chaos is happening for you to master the thing that is being stalled. So perhaps, the traveling. Maybe you're staying home because you need to figure out and do some more deeper work, or to, ensure you have a good relationship with money so you can go out and enjoy that vacation, enjoy it while things are open. Because as we know, Geminis love to have fun and socialize, but why are we allowing ourselves to create this chaos energy? Is for us to come to ourselves and understand what needs to be done at home for us to master, okay? You are a master of going through so much energy, and this is why. And why card comes in. Why is this happening? So when the stall happens, instead of reacting out of frustration, the Gemini is asking you to take that other side of yourself. And for some reason this is coming up, and I know why this is coming up is because I've been having this conversation more often with you guys, is understanding how to embrace the shadow as much as we embrace the light, and vice versa. What that means is that we need to embrace the chaos of our life, the chaos of the unexpected, of the collective, everything that is happening in our life, and these stalls, and things are going to open up and then they don't, and then all this stuff, and around time of June people are ready to go and hang out and all of those things, but there's chaos in the collective, and it's kind of bringing in this chaos of us going back to that unexpected. So here it's saying, why is this happening? Why is source stalling things for us? And I want to ask Spirit if they can bring in a card here as to why are we doing this? Gratitude. Oh my gosh, I love these. Vanity. Okay, so this is very strong. So these are the two cards that caught. I want to talk about gratitude first. Universe is causing us to come back and to create this chaos and conflict because some of you guys have not been grateful. Things have been shifting, things have been going well, but some of you are not grateful for the things that have been happening, and the reason why that the universe is creating this conflict to protect you. So bring gratitude into your breath in order for you to understand why this is being stalled in this new moon. There is a new intention that has to be made. Vanity. So instead of telling the universe, because Geminis tend to do this, I'm gonna call you guys out, but it's also gonna affect all of us, is that we tend to not want to say what's bad, like what's not working in our life, right? We're like, everything's great, I have to be good and strong in front of my kids, I have to be good and strong in front of my partner, I have to be good and strong because I've just went through a whole year and a half over of just being at home in this undetermined time, and in doing that, I need to just put out that vein into the world. Well, you're lying to yourself as much as you're lying to other people. There is a two side to you that's bringing out when you're being stalled. Do not be afraid to lean into humility and be truthful in the knowledge that you've learned in the last full moon that we went into. So right now, the universe is asking you to hold space, to bring gratitude for the stall, and to understand what is the universe protecting you to focus on, to master into your life. And in doing that, you will be prepared to hold all of those things that you want to establish between now and January. So keep that in mind. Those intentions are coming. They're coming. Just be patient with yourself, okay? The second thing that you need to know about this Gemini new moon on June 10th, 2021 is that it is going to cause us to have some downtime to embrace the part of us that we might not necessarily enjoy. Like I mentioned before, the Gemini energy is going to bring two sides of us in our space, and we all have judgment. Judgment is something that we manage. Ego is something that we manage in our life. So here it's really asking us to embrace your two heads, to embrace the two sides, to embrace your shadow and your higher conscious self, to embrace yourself that you've changed in a year and a half, and to embrace yourself now, to embrace the self that you are working towards and the self that you are now. There is a part of you that you are kind of shadowing and avoiding. And during this new moon, it's asking you to hold new intentions so you can actually embrace that part of you. You know, if you're someone who's a workaholic, it's time for you to relax this month. If you're someone who's kind of, you know, likes to chill a little bit more, this month's gonna push you more than usual. If you're someone that likes to judge yourself a lot, then this is a time for you to do some self-love, some self-affirmations. This Gemini June new moon is going to call us to go into spaces that we're unfamiliar with, because we are embracing the unfamiliar in this time. As I saw this, chopped wood. I love this card. So what it's saying is we need to embrace and chop the insecurities that we have of the chaos from this last card we had in our life. So it's time for you to not just like take out those limiting beliefs that you need to always work. I got reminded this in one of my sessions, my healing sessions with my mentor. And she was saying, Chica, like, you know, the little shadow of myself came up. And one thing that was highlighted in her was, why do you feel like you always have to work? And I decided to take and challenge myself in the energy of the new moon that's coming up and take a week off, like a week of no content, a week of doing whatever. And that is something that I'm a creative. I get messages and creations at 2 in the morning when I wake up, right? So what Spirit is showing us during this new moon, why I want to share that with you guys, is that we need to chop those old habits of these insecurities of exploring the parts of ourselves that we are unknown, or the parts of ourselves that we're scared of, you know. And this is I want to highlight scared because we're going to go over this in the last point. There is a fear here. Now I love this cards that came out. We got the 9 card, endings. 9 means endings. We are ending the feeling of shame of one sides of ourselves, right? That insecurity that's coming in. Treasure Island. So understanding here, we have the turtle. So if anyone's been seeing the turtle, you might want to look up that, you know, energy, that spirit animal, and see what aligns with you. But what this is telling you is you are on this road, and the detour that has happened during this new moon in this time is to hold and to help you with new intentions for the new changes that are happening. So a lot of you guys might be seeing the angel numbers 555 or the angel number 5, because I've been seeing it a lot for a lot of people, and I've noticed that. So, or 9s. So the changes of this aspect, that the treasure island, you are approaching this island, you are approaching it. You might not necessarily see where you're going with the detour, but it's all going to add up. Right now you're taking a pit stop. The Mercury retrograde is here for you to bring gratitude into your life, to ask for help when you need it, because, you know, Geminis, you don't like to ask for help. You know, a lot of us don't like to ask for help. It is encouraged during this month to ask for help when we know when we need it the most. Regeneration. So we just went through a huge lunar eclipse, blood moon, like super moon, basically last month, right? We are regenerating. We are expanding. We are expanding more than we have ever done in a while. Like the world, I don't think you guys understand. Our world is the most conscious it's ever been in history. Because of you guys watching these videos, doing the spiritual work, doing the deeper work, doing the shadow work. There is no way that our ancestors, unfortunately, had the ability to have such a conscious society where we can consciously expand, breathe, and, you know, understand mental health is important, understand energy is important, understanding that we need to pause in life sometimes, and that is okay. So here during this time, it's time for us to embrace the regeneration of change. In order for change to happen, we have to let the new things that we have awakened to integrate into our body, right? And in the meantime, during this Gemini new moon, you are being called to create, you know, intentions of how you want your life to look like after you've set in all of those integrations. So journaling is highly encouraged. Do a little check-in in the morning. I've been telling my mentors that. If you guys are watching this video, I'm talking to you. Do a little check-in in the morning. How are you feeling? Do a little check-in at night. How are you feeling? Write it down. Hold space for that being of yourself, because you are regenerating. You're about to hit the fast speed of where you're going and it's exciting, okay? Now, the third thing that you need to know about this new moon on June 10th, 2021 is that during this Gemini new moon, we're gonna be encouraged to probably talk a little bit more. So you might wanna be more social, you might wanna go out and see family and friends. There's this sense of like wanting and belonging coming up because there is a little bit of a loneliness, which I'm gonna talk a bit about in a bit. But, you know, having this space for us to hold space in ourselves and to encourage that. So there's the observer coming here. Let's get a clarification card on what the observer means, fates, and what else are we coming in with? Oh, okay. This card wanted to jump in as well. Okay, so we have 3 cards. We have observer, the fates, come to the edge, okay? So what I'm seeing here is that we need to observe ourselves a little bit deeper here. And what that means is that observing our feelings and observing when we are feeling, you know, lonely and when we should call in and ask for help. You know, I know that, you know, Geminis are very social, but they also don't like talking about their own feelings. So here, this Gemini energy is going to encourage that a little bit. You might feel yourself calling in to come inwards. You might even have your moon cycle around this time, which will encourage you and force you to sit and relax and slow down. So here it's just saying, observe your emotions during this time. Observe the part of you that you might not necessarily enjoy to explore, the shadow, the light, that aspect of yourself, you know, the judgment, the pain. I always say that the reason why we work through the moon and why we do shadow work is to actually cut through that energy through our breath and through our shadow work journey, right? For you to be a better manifester, for you to have a better life, for you to create shifts in your life, it's important that we see all parts of ourselves. So this card is encouraging you that as you are going through these changes and you're talking about your projects, to observe what your intuition is telling you to step into. You know, the master card came in, the 333 number came. You are mastering, you are creating a detour and stalling right now in order for you to observe of what is the initial intention that you need to add to this plan, because then it's going to create such a fast speed ahead. The next card I got is the fates. So just knowing and trusting that your guides are always with you. And this is where gratitude will help you with that, like I mentioned before. So, you know, as you create those projects, as you're talking to other people, you might notice that you might be synchronized to have the same people that you're more inclined to talk about that have similar intentions, similar projects that they're working with. So for example, I've been connecting with a lot of other healers recently as this moon comes in and checking in with people who are the same energy level, because I have this sense that I want to be talkative, but I also want to come back to myself. So here it's just understanding that the fates are aligning the right people and connections and the right soul family in order for you to come to the edge. What does this card mean? This encourages you to step into your power. I always see that changes are great when we're going back to that change aspect I've been talking about throughout this whole video, is that changes are awesome, but where we actually see the change is when we're slowing down and integrating everything. So here it's just saying, come to the edge, allow yourself to be in that uncomfortability of slowing down and allowing it to integrate during this uncomfortable time of Mercury retrograde, and just really hold space for that part of you. So again, this is a time that you might be inclined to talk to people more, and you know, the fates will allow you to encourage you with your intuition what people you should chat with. This is also a time that you might feel that you're kind of processing where you want to go in your life, and this is going to encourage you to come to the edge and to hold space for that version of yourself. The fourth thing that you need to know about this Gemini new moon on June 10th, 2021 is that the loneliness that we felt during this full moon last month is going to continue here. I do feel when we're going through change, this is why I create this YouTube channel, that sometimes we feel like even the people that we love doesn't see eye to eye with us. And during this new moon, it's going to challenge us to pause. So you might end up finding yourself getting into a disagreement with someone around this time, or just like seeing your family and the closest people around you for who they are, their other side. Right? Just like your other side is being, you know, encouraged and shown during this new moon, so are the people around you. So I encourage you during this time, as you are being lonely, those who you feel like talking to, as I mentioned, you are going to feel talkative too. There's going to be that side you want to socialize with people, but you don't want to talk about your feelings. You want to socialize with this person, but you also don't want to respond to every text that every person messages you or every social media notification that happens. And that's okay. Don't feel guilty for that. That is totally normal. This is a great time to actually, really be mindful of your auric field. That's probably why you're also feeling this, because your auric field is essentially your arms and your shoulders, and that's what's being affected during this Gemini new moon, that area of your body. So if you're feeling tension there, I would highly suggest using a selenite wand and actually brushing your body, or doing some, dancing and moving the body, or maybe getting a sweat in more around the new moon week, because this is going to help you just cleanse your auric field. And your auric field essentially is the energy that you feel when you see someone and you smile at them. That's their auric field. That's the energy and the essence of who they are that you are feeling through them and through their essence and through their being at that time. With that being said, this is a great time for you to maybe take some space. You might feel taking a space from families that have more opinions and talk certain ways or gossip a little bit more than usual. This might be a time that you feel a little bit more resilient. This is a time that you're going to feel like you're going to release in loneliness. So you might feel called to, connect with your emotions. Remember, new moon is more emotional. So maybe releasing a little bit of sadness and grief will continue during this month. Yes, it will. Just because of the frustration that's coming out of this Mercury retrograde, right? And with that, you have to understand to surrender and bring breath, but also understand this came out, the heart chakra wisdom. So understanding that the wisdom through this release is all to help you at the end of the day. It's never to go against you. The universe doesn't want to go against you. They're always here to encourage you. So understand that the release that you are getting from the people who you're getting to see their other side as well, brought by the Gemini energy, that this is just to help you. This is to encourage you. It's to encourage you to understand the other side of your business partner that you're about to go into business with. It's to help you and to understand the other side of your family members and to see their soft side, or to see where they're healing, or to see their mirrors and the things that maybe ancestrally they aren't able to heal because they don't know they're in pain, right? Ignorance is bliss in a way. Being conscious, we see things, we feel things. So again, this will actually make you feel like you want to come back to yourself and away from toxic people. You're going to want the support, but you're also not going to like people. You ever go to a store and you're just like, I just don't want to talk to people today. I don't want to say hi to the person at the cashier. I don't want to, whatever. If you know what I'm saying, just confirm down below. And that is okay, right? That is fine. We're just allowing ourselves to cleanse our auric field and still have that presence of welcoming, while creating a boundary here of saying, hey, I'm just kind of, I'm changing right now. I'm on delay. I'm on the yellow light out of the red, green light and yellow. I'm on yellow. I'm on slow down. I'm slowing down before I stop, right? That's really what's happening during these changes. And I just want you to make sure that you're not feeling, discouraged. Now, during this time of feeling lonely, you may also feel a little bit of confusion. This card came out. And when I put these cards together, because confusion and release is a neutral card here, we're understanding that confusion, going back to our first card that we had in our first point, chaos and conflict, is the opportunity. You're getting two confusion chaos cards here. Is universe is protecting us here. So again, I'm just going to confirm this. Whatever that you are being stalled in your life right now is for the universe to protect you in doing that, right? It's for you to understand both sides of the situation of whatever projects you're planning, the pros and cons, and also to see the different sides of yourself and the different sides of the people that you are creating projects with. So this is going to help you having all this new information on your new moon week. Because I always say it's 3 days before, 3 days after the new moon that you're getting the energy. That's why I always say it's a new moon week. It's not the new moon day. I like to do a moon week kind of ritual for me. And if you guys would like to see that, let me know down in the comments down below. But I really love the fact that it's confirming that it is your time to just slow down and to really hold space for that. So I love that. It's really like boosting us to prepare for what's to come next. So the last part of what you need to know about this Gemini new moon on June 10th, 2021, this is a little extra one. And it's actually that the chakras that are going to be most affected is our throat and our root chakra here. here. So throat, because, you know, Geminis are quite talkative and they love socializing and chatting. But what we're seeing here with the energy of the new moon is that we love to socialize, but we don't like to talk about things that we don't like talking about, right? We'll avoid things. Great avoiders. Great at socializing, getting everyone ready in the group and like hyped like Leos, but they also avoid as well. So here your throat might feel, you might feel a little bit phlegmy. Here you might feel some resistance in the throat. And to prepare for the new moon, I'd highly suggest doing a throat chakra meditation. I do have one, so I'll link it here for you guys to help you and just really guide you into that space of clearing and opening and communicating the emotions you need to, and why this confusion, why your soul has chose to stall this specific part of your life, to take a pause here during this time in respect to the energy that's going on, right? You might even feel also your shoulders feeling some pain here. So again, like I said, moving the body, stretching, doing some yin yoga is going to be great for you during this new moon. Another thing too is your root chakra. So your root chakra is going to be affected during this time. So this is the space where we hold fear, right? The fear of why are things not going the way that they're supposed to. The fear of seeing the other side of myself that is so unknown, and the part that I've been avoiding all my life, or maybe avoiding for a bit because I know there's some work to be done there, my shadow work. And I get that because I still get shadow work, things I need to do all the time. It's a journey. It's not a destination, loves. So understanding that, you know, what is the fear that's coming up of exploring that new part of yourself a little bit more, that other face of yourself, exploring the perspective during this time as you slow down or embrace the relaxation or whatever other opposite that you probably don't tend to. This is gonna help you build even deeper your conscious awareness of your intuition and master that part, bringing you back to that 3-3 angel number of like the master, the confirmation. The 3 is coming in a lot when I'm chatting with you guys, 3s and 5s. It's just like change and confirmation from source saying that you have all the answers you need during this new moon of what intentions you need to make, even though it is a crazy time for energy. So I love that. I'm actually going to link the root chakra meditation here for you guys if you want to have some healing and to help you go through it. I do have a guided Reiki meditation there too. So that is the main things that you need to know about this new moon in Gemini on June 10th, 2021. And I do want to end the readings and just the tune in messages with source with just what affirmation do we have for our family today? Let's see what card comes out. Oh, wow. Okay, what affirmation do we have for the Gemini new moon? Okay, so we have 3 cards coming through and they just grow. They grow so much, and there's a pun in there, okay? So the first card you guys got is abundance. I am limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So I want to just share this because this is channeling through, is that if you are going to be during this Gemini, you know, new moon, slowing down a little bit more, and the money thing has been coming up a lot for people, and that comes from the root chakra, the fear of losing money, the fear of manifesting money. And during this time of stalling and slowing down, I want you to know that the more that we're not able to see the abundance of ourselves and thinking that we are not limitless, the more that we actually don't bring more money into our life. So I want you to, if you've been noticing this money block come in, I want you to write this affirmation down below. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this limitless reality. That's the truth. Go do that root chakra meditation. It's going to help you. And like I mentioned, we need to see our abundance for universe to give it. You know, it's at the door. We just need to encourage that. And just because you're taking a break doesn't mean you're lazy. Just because you're taking a break doesn't mean that it's going to push you back. It's needed. You need to focus on your health. You need to focus on yourself. This is what this new moon is encouraging us, a lot of you, to do. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So as I mentioned, the stall could also be a block as far as something that you started a project, noticed it wasn't aligned or whatever it may be, or a collaboration falls out or whatever it is during this new moon in Gemini. So understanding that every failure that may come up during this time of the Mercury retrograde and just the stuff that are being stalled, that they're actually an opportunity of clarity and also protection, going back to the conflict and the confusion card. So understanding that failure is actually a blessing. It's a lesson. It is only failed if we do not consciously are aware of what the lesson is there, right? And that's where people find themselves on a hamster wheel continuously saying, why do I keep getting the same messages, but I don't know, I'm not getting the messages, Chica, I don't know what's going on. We need to see, we need to understand this is an opportunity for us to learn. It is not a way that universe is penalizing us or anything like that. Never. It's just an opportunity to learn, for us to master, to be that ultimate master in the soul purpose. Next card that we have, last and definitely not least, everything that is going on in this Gemini new moon is to hold and to set new intentions of growth for you. And it's to allow you to see everything. It's releasing another veil in your reality. And this is why the card growth came out. I want to expand my conscious and my awareness. I want to expand my conscious and my awareness. This is all in the solar plexus. I am affirmations. I am strong. I am growth. I am abundant. I am learning. I am wisdom, I am breath. Working with I am affirmations during this Gemini new moon is going to help you so much. But understanding that everything playing out here, even after it all, that, you know, us being able to embrace the other side of ourselves is going to help us grow deeper than we've ever expected. Like I said, hold on to your seats. It's going to be a crazy, amazing, beautiful ride. And I want you to be on your first class trip, first class on the plane, ready for your soul purpose, because that is what you are. You're an abundant soul. You're on that first class plane. Let me know down below with a plane emoji if you're on that first class plane to your success, loves. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was so much fun. Let me know down below what resonates with you, what's screaming to you. I love reading your comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, as well as put notification bells. I do these videos every month for the new moon and full moon. And also don't forget to put on your calendar June 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We are meeting here live for meditation energy healing. The link will be down below in the description box so you do not miss it. And it's gonna be really fun. I love doing them. They're so much fun, guys. They're so much fun. And I will do a card reading as well, pick a card crystal reading soon. So stay tuned for that. If you are subscribed, which you did, you will know exactly when that is. I love you guys so much. Happy Gemini new moon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.